KFC Night Shift Horror Story. Chapter 1: The Last Shift. It was a stormy Friday night when Sarah, a college student, started her night shift at KFC. The store was nearly empty, the streets outside silent except for the sound of rain. Her manager, Mr. Collins, gave her the keys before leaving. "Lock up at 2 a.m., he said. The fluorescent lights buzzed faintly, and the fryers hummed. Sarah thought it would be an easy night, until she noticed the security cameras flicker. For a brief second, one monitor showed a shadowy figure standing inside the dining area. Though no one was there, she brushed it off as a glitch, but unease crawled over her skin. Chapter 2: The First Knock. Around midnight, Sarah heard knocking on the back door near the storage room. She checked the peephole, nothing. The knocking grew louder, more urgent, as if someone wanted to break in. She whispered to herself, "It's just the wind." But then, the fryer suddenly turned on by itself, sizzling even though no food was inside. The smell of burnt chicken filled the air. Nervously, Sarah unplugged the fryer, only for the overhead lights to flicker again. When she glanced at the cameras, the shadowy figure appeared closer, this time standing right behind the counter. Chapter 3: The Customer. At 12:30 a.m., the bell above the front door chimed. Sarah froze. She hadn't unlocked it for anyone, yet a man stood at the counter, dripping wet, wearing an old KFC uniform that looked decades old. His name tag read Earl. His voice was low. "One family bucket, please." Terrified, Sarah stammered, "We're closed." Earl smiled strangely, his teeth too sharp to be real. When she looked down to grab her phone, he was gone. Only a puddle of water remained on the tiles, leading toward the kitchen. Chapter 4: Fryer of Shadows. Sarah followed the wet footprints into the kitchen. The fryer she unplugged earlier was now bubbling violently, oil spitting into the air. She gasped as ghostly hands reached out from inside it, clawing upward. Earl's voice whispered from the fryer, "We never leave the kitchen." She screamed and stumbled back, knocking over a tray of chicken wings. The lights shut off completely, leaving her in pitch darkness. Only the faint red glow of the open sign lit the restaurant. Somewhere in the dark, footsteps moved closer. Chapter 5: The Locked Door. Sarah rushed to the exit, but the front door wouldn't budge. No matter how hard she pulled, it was locked tight. Behind her, she heard the dragging sound of something heavy being pulled across the floor. Turning, she saw Earl again, but this time his face was melting like hot grease, eyes hollow and empty. He carried a bucket filled with something that didn't look like chicken. "Join the night shift," he whispered. She bolted to the manager's office and locked herself inside, praying morning would come soon. Chapter 6: Closing Time. Hours passed like years. At 2 a.m., the lights flickered back on, and silence fell. Sarah hesitantly unlocked the office door. The restaurant looked normal, no puddles, no shadows, no Earl. She sighed in relief and grabbed her bag. But when she glanced at the employee schedule pinned to the wall, her blood froze. At the bottom, written in fresh ink, was a new name: Sarah, Permanent Night Shift. Next to it, a faint greasy fingerprint smeared the paper. The fryer bubbled once more, whispering her name.